Carl Coulange for the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. Thank you for joining us for NFL Week 5 Sunday kickoff. Thank you to all of our fans for pulling up. Right now, we have a game playing the Jets versus the Falcons. 15-20, the Falcons lead with 6:59 left to play in the fourth quarter. I know a lot of Jets fans are hoping for this win, early Sunday win. Game started approximately 9:30 because they are playing overseas in London. So thank you to all our contributors for joining and pulling up. And people for joining our show. We have a list of games. I'm going to get to my contributors that we're going to go over. We got the Rams and the Seahawks. Clearly, I said the Jets and the Falcons are playing right now. We have the Giants and the Cowboys, Dolphins, Bucks. We also have the Lions and the Vikings, the Saints, Washington football team, Pats versus the Texans, Packers versus the Bengals, Broncos versus Steelers, Titans versus Jags, Browns versus Chargers, Bears versus Manny's Raiders, 49ers versus Cards, Bills versus the Chiefs, and in Monday Night Football, we have the Colts versus the Ravens. Let me bring in my contributors now, our usual panelists of Mr. Nickname. He has another nickname for today, and Travis McKay as they enter the building, and we have a very special guest I'd like to introduce as well. Correction, 20-17. Thank you, Mike, for that. I was updating my phone. I was trying to update him on the game. Mr. TTN, what does that stand for today?
Tonight's the night.
No shirt? No shirt, or do you have a hat?
It will be a hat tonight, today. But you never know what you're going to get. Tonight's the night, baby. Hey, Carl, one thing. Don't ever leave the GOAT waiting in the waiting room for 7 minutes.
I'm sorry, right? Sir. Listen, I had to share the show. I had to share the show.
Share the show and get us in the room, all right?
We have Travis. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How's it going, man? It's a little too early for bad football, but it looks like the Jets.
It's never too early for football. You can't be complaining.
No. I said it's too early for bad football.
For bad football.
It's not bad football. The Jets is balling in the second half.
It looked like it, yeah.
We have a special guest. We have a special guest joining us from the fan zone, Mr. Mike Phillips. Is he here?
Bad football? Who are you
talking about?
Yeah, look at y'all. Y'all look like y'all might actually do something today. I was worried.
So we're actually on while
on Sunday.
So we're actually on while the game is on. So guys, keep me track because I don't have a TV in my area. I'm sure you guys do, but keep us updated as we're going through these games. But Mike, the resident Jet fan, are you impressed with your Jets in the second half right now?
In the second half, yeah. In the first half, no. I mean, we had more penalties than we did in actual yardage in the first half. Zach Wilson did not look good. The offensive alignments did not look good. But you know what? It's expected by a rookie. Yes, that's right, Travis. It's expected by a rookie. So we'll see what happens. You know, I like the fight. It's all gas, no brakes, and we're fighting right now. So we'll see what happens come up in this last 650.
Travis, so you're watching bad football. I mean, Mike seems to be impressed with the second half, but your take is it's bad football right now.
It was off to a bad start. I mean, it looked like it's starting to shape up. The Falcons like they're about to drive right now. The problem is with this team as far as the Jets, Zach Wilson, he seems to – I picked the Jets to win this game simply because
I did. Because you're my little brother. And you do what I do.
First of all, nobody cares what you pick, all right? I picked the Jets because Zach Wilson seems to do well at the deep ball and the off-scripted type of stuff, and the Falcons seem to give up the deep ball a lot. And the Falcons don't have their two of their 3 main weapons at the wide receiver position. So I figured, hey, the Jets might get this W. But for some reason, like they mentioned it in the broadcast, the Jets can't do the little things, like the boring stuff. You got Zach Wilson out there hitting linemen in the head on screens. Like, I need them to get that together. They got to tighten that up. I mean, I think, Matt, it looked like the Falcons are going to pull this one out. But, yeah, the Jets got a lot of work to do.
All right, so let's get right into it. Again, as this game is going on right now, we'll keep you updated with it. Let's start off light work here. We got the Saints
versus... Carl, can I just say something?
Go ahead, sure, sir.
Shout out to you looking like Dr. Dre and NWA with that promo, picture.
I'm trying.
The black shirt and the football. You look like Dr. Dre.
He didn't look like Dre, Mike. He looked like Suge Knight.
Right. You notice how he the only one in the promo.
Why is his photo on the ad 5 times?
Right. He the only one in there.
I give the interns the work they do. That's not true. We're actually working on the promo. We're actually working on a promo for it that should be coming out this week. So a lot of different things working.
That's awesome.
Special shout out to the Hit List interns. Dylan Strickland, who was a student of mine. He's been doing a lot of the work. So a lot of the posters, promotional pieces have been the interns who have been going crazy. Also Rob too and Matt have been doing a great job. Saints versus Washington football team. Rick went with the Rick went with the Washington football team. Declan got the Saints. Chuck and Greg Washington football team. Ray with the Saints. Manny with the football team, and Peter with the Saints. Mike, let me ask you who you got here.
Give me the football team. Hanky, baby. Hanky's been doing well. Give me the football team. I'll take them all day.
All right. Travis?
I'm going with the Saints on this one. The defense is looking pretty good all season. Believe it or not, the Saints are lacking in big plays, but that rushing game seems to be going strong right there. The football team, we all coming into the season thought they would have the most dominant pass rush in the league, but they don't seem to have that right now. I think they only have about 7 sacks through the season. Chase Young has 0 sacks through 4 games. They are just not getting to the quarterback for some reason. And then they give up a lot of big plays on the back end. So maybe the Saints can kind of fix that and get their big play offense going. But I still think that rushing game will be enough to get them through this win.
All right. Paul, who you got, sir?
I'm going with the football team. To Mike's point, Taylor Heineke is better than Daniel Jones. I'm just going to throw that out there. Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback in the division. So I got to ride with Taylor Heineke simply off the fact that they can score points. This isn't the old boring Washington football team we're used to seeing. For some reason, they can't stop a nosebleed, but they can score the football. And for that, I got to go with them. The Saints cannot. I swear, I don't know what Sean Payton's doing out there. That's all I'm saying. They told me Sean Payton was a guru. That's what they told me. Ain't that right, Trav?
Hey,
that's what they told me.
You're a guru when you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean,
me he was a guru.
He's explosive weapons.
Again, the one thing I've noticed listen. Sorry, Travis, but the one thing I've noticed with football is that you guys don't give no room for growth or for development. You guys are all about like, what are you doing for me now? There's no time to say, you know what, let me let this guy, like, this is the first time
you seen the guy call. You seen the guy that just got cut?
You do know what the NFL stands. You know what the NFL stands for, right, Carl?
Well, what does it stand for?
Not for long. It's a win now league. It's a win now league.
Yeah, we got time to be waiting. This is true.
That was your best line ever, Trav.
That is very. Listen, I'm gonna get that patent, man. Trademark that right away. Not for long. I like that. Very good. All right. We got the Lions versus the Vikings. Everyone on the panel is going with the Vikings here. Travis, who you got?
Which one are we? I'm sorry, I'm trying to share. Hold on.
Lions versus Vikings.
Lions versus Vikings. I went with the Vikings on this one, man. It's the Lions. I mean, come on now, let's be real. Kirk Cousins, he does look relatively decent this year. I mean, coming off that terrible loss last week, and it's the losing team, so we all know Kirk Cousins does well against losing teams.
Paul.
Trav, man, you just gotta stop. I'm going Vikings. They run up the table on Justin Jefferson and Thielen goes wild today. Give me the Vikings.
All right. And Mike.
Yeah, I got to go Vikings. I'm not excited about this game at all. To me, it's a boring game, but if anything, I'm going Vikings on it.
All right. Can we get an updated score on the game, please, guys? What's going on?
It's still 20-17. The Falcons are driving.
They're in the red zone.
Third down. They're in the red zone. 2:31 left. They're at first and goal. The Jets can save them to a field goal. We got a shot. If they score a touchdown here, pretty much game's over.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. We have the Pats versus the Texans. Everyone on the panel is going Pats. Paul?
Everybody's going with the Pats, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you jump, I jump, baby. You jump, I jump, Paul.
When I move, you move.
I'm going Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Give me the Texans.
Oh, there you go.
Paul, man, I got to tell you.
Listen,
these outrageous picks, man, they're really costing you your lead. You had a 4 or 5 game lead.
I'm still in first place, Carl. Don't disrespect.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just letting you know, man. I'm just letting you know. I'm just giving you a heads up, all right? So
We got about 15 more weeks, baby. I ain't tripping.
All right. Okay.
15.
Travis, who you got?
I got the Pats, man. Come on now. It's the Texans. Bill Belichick coming off that tough loss against the Bucks, man. I think the Pats pull this one out.
Mike.
I got Texans.
You got the Texans.
Mike, no.
I will never pick the Pats.
Mike is so into the game. He's just short with his answers. He's just like trying to get this win. You can tell on his face. He's like, all right, Carl, come on, hurry up, man. I'm trying to watch this game right now. Get my picks in. Let's go.
I'm not even trying to blow smoke at him, but when the MVP gives you a pick, you follow it. You follow him. He goes against the norm.
All right, you go ahead. You
right.
follow him down that rabbit hole. See where that gets you.
Is he in first place?
I know where it got you, Trav. It got you in last place.
Go ahead.
What are you in fantasy?
What are you talking about? I'm on your tail, sir.
You're in last place everywhere, Trav. Everywhere.
I'm on your tail, sir.
Fantasy, songs, fantasy.
I'm in second place right now.
We got
after that pick, about to be in first.
So we got the Dolphins versus the Bucks. Rick actually did not go with the Dolphins this week. Everyone's got the Bucks.
He's thinking with his wallet this time.
Yeah, he definitely is. Everyone's going with the Bucks. Mike, is that you going with the Bucks as well?
I'm on my apology tour for Tom Brady this year, so I'm going with the Bucks.
Well said. Travis?
This is easy, man. Going with the Bucks. It's just too much for the Dolphins to handle. No Tua, I believe. Devontae Parker is also out in this game. Yeah, this just ain't a game for them.
Paul.
This doesn't require any dialogue. Bucks.
All right. There seems to be a lot of week 5 seems to be a little easy, right? We'd say.
Yeah, Carl, just giving you a scoring update. Falcons just scored a touchdown. It's about to be 27-17 with 2:20 left. So it looks like the Jets will get the L on this one.
How do you give up a post route on 3rd and 12 playing with a 10-yard cushion?
Yep.
Mentally, something ain't right with the cornerbacks on the Jets. How do you give up a 3rd and 2 quick screen 10 yards off the football? That wasn't even a play call.
I want to tell you 2 stats that were brought to my attention that I kind of knew, but were brought to my attention today. The Jets are still the only team in the NFL right now that do not have an interception. Well,
yes,
that on our defense, not against us. So let's just throw that out there. We know Zach's thrown a couple, but we also, the other stat is we still have not scored in the first quarter. So
that hurts.
No starts, no takeaways. The rest of people disaster.
But how can they change that? But how can they change that scoring in the first?
All right. 2 things. 1, stop getting those stupid penalties. They had almost 50 yards of penalties and only 16 yards of offense. That's 1. And 2, they gotta get Zach into rhythm. I don't know why they won the coin toss and then deferred to the second half. I understand. Logically, you always want to go for the second half and get the momentum. But with someone like Zach Wilson, he is a person that if he gets into rhythm, he plays well. If he starts slow, it takes him time. And then you see in the second half, he comes out slinging. If he had that in the first half, maybe it's different. But I digress.
Well, when you're having issues in the first quarter, that's your game script right there, because your first 15 are scripted. Yep. Right there. You know what your first 15 plays are going to be. I believe up until the second quarter, the Jets had only run 8 plays or so on offense or something like that.
Not even. Yeah, I don't even think it was 8. I think it was.
So that's a problem. And like I mentioned before, they got to get better at doing the boring things, the little 3-4 yard runs, the screen games. Why is your quarterback hitting linemen in the back of the head on the screen? That's ridiculous.
All right,
they gotta get better.
Don't overblow the screen pass. They hit the left guard. All right, shit happens.
No, that should not happen. That's not something that should be happening.
Travis, even Tom Brady and Peyton Manning have hit the guard.
I mean, it's happened, bro.
It's time, but they're Tom Brady and they're Peyton Manning.
You know what I'd like to see for the Jets? We know for a fact Zach Wilson is a better quarterback moving out of the pocket than sitting in the pocket. And here we are 5 weeks in, so we're a month and some change in, and the only time they move him out of the pocket is when they're already down 20 points.
Yeah.
Right? So when you talk about a game script, get them on the go. We watched the Bears do that last week with Justin Fields, set them up for success. Get him on the go.
I feel like also there's got to be more of a opening on these slants. He is missing a lot of open players up the middle because he's going with the plays that are being called, and he's just going with that. So that's why he's throwing so many interceptions. He threw one today that was scripted. The cornerback sat back and just waited for it to come because he knew it was coming to him. You had what's his name? I think it was Crowder or Corey Davis right up the middle, wide open. You throw it to him, it's a 20+ yard play. So that is what's gonna listen. It's going to take time. It's development. Like Chuck said the other day to the people that are hating on him, you're not going to be hating on him at the end of the season. Even if we don't make the playoff, he's still going to have a good season.
Hey, people don't want to hear this. He's already off to a better start than Sam Darnold was in a Jets uniform.
He also had an actual coach. Let's put it that way. He also had an actual coach. Sam Darnold didn't have an actual
we see what
coach.
Sam is doing down in Carolina, you know.
All right, shut your mouth.
Well, you know what? Thank you for that transition, Travis. Speaking of Carolina, you guys play the Eagles this week. And Manny and Peter go with the Eagles. Everyone else on the panel went with the Panthers. Mike?
Give me the Eagles. I like Jalen Hurts. Give me the Eagles.
Paul?
I like Jalen Hurts, but I'm going Panthers because Philly does not have the ability to score enough points to beat Carolina.
Travis.
Matt Rule has an offense that's going to score 30 points against anybody, it seems like, right? Like they're going to throw, they're going to run, they're going to throw. Even without C-Mac, I don't think DJ Moore will be stopped today. So for that, give me the Panthers.
Trav, you going with your team?
Of course, sir. This is a bounce back game for us. You know, we had a wild game last week against Cowboys. This is a get right game. You know, get back on schedule.
Really a wild
Didn't
game.
you have a key trade this weekend too? This week?
Yeah, but that's not going to come into effect for another month or so. We got Stephon Gilmore from the Patriots. I believe he's still on the PUP list, and on the PUP list, I believe till week 6 or 7, and then even after that, but he's still
back next week, bro.
I've heard it's going to be about another month before we get him on the field.
Who you heard that at?
Hey,
Travis
I got
has
sources.
sources.
I got sources.
You didn't know.
I got sources.
Travis has sources.
I don't reveal my sources. Come on,
Travis has sources, baby.
Carl, tell them that's the number one thing in the media. You don't reveal your
You don't reveal your sources. Travis has sources. He got sources.
Nobody has a better source.
Listen, 2 years into the kickoff show, Travis has sources that we don't know about. I don't know.
Because they don't exist.
Nobody has a better source.
I talk to the people, you know, they let me know.
Anybody who takes a call in Arizona from the roof don't got sources. Because nobody would do that with a brain. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been the same since. Now he wearing a sweater in the house because he don't even know that it's
I'm sorry. I'm not in Florida, okay? It's a little chilly up here now. Fall is here. I'm sorry you're in Florida and forgot what the fall is, okay?
We got the Packers versus the Bengals. Greg went with the Bengals. I think he's the only one to go with the Bengals here.
Make that 2, player. Shout out to Joe Burrow. Shout out to Cincy. I'm going to go first. I'm rolling with the Bengals. For some reason, I'm still not impressed with the Packers. I've yet to see anything that's impressed me. San Fran blew a game. They escaped the Detroit Lions. I'm not impressed. So for that, in Cincy, trap game, that trio is back at receiver. Chase, Higgins, Boyd. Mixon's playing hurt. Give me the Bengals, baby.
Mike?
I don't usually count out my guy, A.A. Alron. You know, in Rodgers, I have him on fantasy and everything, but I'm going Bengals. Burrows, I'm going Bengals.
Trav, you going with the Packers or you going against the grain here?
Bengals defensively have been actually quite impressive. I mean, I think they're like the number 7 scoring defense in the NFL. They have Joe Burrow has looked quite impressive, and like Paul said, to have that trio back is going to be big. But their 3 wins of the season are against the teams that have a combined of 2 wins at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers and
what's the Packers combined wins against their opponents? To beat the Lions.
Who they beat?
I mean, what are we doing here, bro?
Let's look up the schedule. You want to look up the schedule? Hold on.
What are we doing here?
So guys, Kasim is in the comments. Special shout out to him. He's got a hot take. This is coming from him. He said Broadway Joe in the MVP conversation if they win today. True or false?
Who?
Broadway
Joe Burrow?
Joe
Nah,
Burrow.
player. Nah.
Yeah, that's false.
You my man, $100,000, but Joe Burrow, he not in that conversation yet. He's just not.
After today's win, you wouldn't say no, right? Nope.
I'm gonna say no simply because Mahomes can lose today and throw 5 touchdowns and he'll still be ahead of him. Tom Brady's still ahead of him. Matt Stafford's still ahead of him. Josh Allen's still ahead of him. Kyler Murray is probably leading the race, right? Like when you start thinking about who the real MVPs are. So for that, it's not a knock against Joe Burrow. He's certainly having a great year so far. Controlled, balanced, steady, back sooner than he should have been with the knee injury. But nah, not today. Aaron Rodgers not even in that conversation, if you ask me. I'll go Dak Prescott over Aaron Rodgers for MVP right now if I had a bet.
Okay. Just to answer your question, they have a combined 6 wins.
6 and what? 6 and 6?
The teams that the Packers have beaten.
They're 6 and 6?
No, they're the teams that they've beaten. They have a combined record.
How many losses
wins.
they got?
I don't care. They got 6 wins. Now you want to switch it. Now you want to switch to how many? Now you want to switch to how many losses they got.
Beat the Lions?
You asked for wins.
Did they beat the Lions, bro?
You asked for wins. Did you
Mike,
not ask for wins?
This is regular. They
Did
do
you
this
not
every
ask for
week.
wins?
Carl, can I ask you a question?
Did you not ask for wins?
Regular. I'm good.
Did you not ask for wins?
Travis won't answer it. Did the Packers beat the Lions?
Barely.
Yes. They also beat the Saints.
Did the 49ers beat the Lions? The 49ers, a bad team, right? Also beat the Lions, right?
Okay. But again, you asked for how many wins. I gave you the Bengals have a combined of 2. The Packers have a combined of 6. Okay. All right.
Okay, let's move. All right, let's go. We got the Cowboys. We got the Cowboys versus the Giants in the NFC division matchup. Is this one of the best football you've seen the Cowboys play, Paul?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I haven't seen the Cowboys look this confident since the primetime era, right? Maybe 1 or 2 years when they had Romo with Dez, when DeMarco Murray was leading the league in rushing. That was a very confident Dallas Cowboy football team.
They weren't confident with T.O. too, or no?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say he stretched that comment a little bit.
The Dez Bryant year with Romo, I think Romo had like 45 touchdowns. Marco ran for like 1,700 yards. They had the clear-cut best O-line in football. That Cowboys team was a really good team. This team, I think, is better than that. I told y'all on Smoke and Mirrors that I was rocking with the Cowboys. I am the real Cowboys fan here. All right? Ray can't rock with me. So for that, absolutely. Best football I've seen from Dallas is balance. They're giving Zeke the football, right? Opening up the game. They just manufacture tight ends like Dalton Schultz, Blake Jarwin coming out of left field.
Mike is stressing.
Mike has been watching the game.
He's trying to figure out why they're kicking the field goal down 10 points.
This is.
Give me the Cowboys.
Mike, keep that face, man. You about to be on the screenshot, bro. Do that again, please. I'm gonna do a screenshot right now.
He's stressing.
I got
it. Kicking the field goal.
Okay, Travis. Clearly the Cowboys are the favorite. Should teams be afraid of the Cowboys as they're playing really well right now? Is that fair to say or no? True or false?
I believe so. I mean, I believe they're going to cakewalk through this division right here. The Giants might give them a little bit of a good game, but I think the Cowboys they'll eventually just pull this one out.
Okay. And Mike, clearly you're going to go with the Cowboys as well.
Well, yeah, because you got Danny Pennies. You know, it's not Danny Dimes, it's Danny Pennies. I'll say
Listen, he has been playing a little bit better, you know.
A little bit better doesn't bring in wins. A little bit.
They won last week. They
got a good win last week.
They got a good one last week. They won last week.
Against a good defense.
So did the Jets. Look at us right now.
The Saints is not a good defense.
Dallas.
The Saints are one of the top-ranked defenses.
Listen to me. I want this to be on air. Dax is showing MVP caliber numbers, and he's going to show that he is true prime.
Okay. All right. So we got the Broncos versus the Steelers. Greg and Chuck went with the Broncos. Paul.
I believe my boy Two Glove Teddy is not back. So
I believe he is playing.
He is. He's back.
Oh,
he's playing.
Teddy Bridge is back, baby.
Teddy B.
I'm still going with the Steelers. I just can't seem to believe Mike Tomlin will drop to like 1-5 or so 1-4. In my own mind, that's not going to
You know what? You said that last week about Mike Tomlin, and they still lost.
Big Ben blew that game last week. They actually dialed up a great game plan for the Packers. Big Ben was the worst I've ever seen on Sunday. I've never seen Big Ben that bad. Even when he had a broken face, he wasn't that bad. Big Ben. We
both believe in Mike Tomlin, but Mike Tomlin now out there playing. Okay,
no,
he's not out there throwing the ball.
Fans. If Mike Tomlin loses this game, he's getting fired. He's the guy that Giants.
So
here you go with that.
Hot take. You guys want to hear it?
So wait a minute. Time out. Hold on. Wait. Let's rewind. Let's rewind because last year we were on the Doug Peterson watch. Are we on the Mike Tomlin watch this year?
No.
Are we on the Mike Tomlin watch this year?
On the Mike Tomlin watch.
Carl,
the Steelers are gonna regroup. I'm telling you, it's over. You cannot keep a Mike Tomlin with this team going forward. It's over.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
Carl, hold on. Let me
Mike's
get
his hand raised.
Listen, just like in class, my hand was raised. I was called on. Listen, Mike Tomlin does not get fired. Ben Roethlisberger is gone after this year, whether he retires or whatever it is. But Mike Tomlin will not get fired. I think they give him one more season with another quarterback. He is cemented in Steeler history the way he's played. It has not brought much except for playoff wins, but I still think they keep him in there one more season. I don't think we're on watch yet with him. I think you got a couple of more rookie coaches and a couple of veterans that are on the hot seat before anybody else.
All right, Mike, you're going with the Steelers in this game?
I got it.
We thought Doug wasn't on the watch coming off.
So, Mike, you're going Broncos.
I'm going Broncos. My man, Andrew Vanich. I'm going for the Broncos for him, brother.
All right, go ahead, Trav. Who you got in this game, and then you can go on your soliloquy.
I got the Broncos on this one. That's easy one. But to Paul's insane point, Carl, let me give you a little history lessons on the Steelers, okay?
All right, I'm taking notes.
The Steelers have had 3 coaches in the last 30 years, okay? They don't just fire coaches, okay? Mike Tomlin, I believe, has the second best winning percentage in the NFL out of current active coaches. He's not going anywhere. Big Ben is done. They're going to eventually get a new quarterback.
Look at Carl's face.
They're eventually going to get a quarterback. I don't know what happens next year at the quarterback position because the quarterback is looking real sorry in the draft this year. Old boy out of Oklahoma, he's sinking faster than I don't know what. But
they've won 3 Super Bowls from what we've seen in the last 20 years. You'd say, right? 3, right?
Yeah, that's right. 3.
I'm not sure.
That's 3, right? Okay.
And their last one was how long ago?
2007,
right?
Yeah.
So, in other words, a championship city like Pittsburgh, when it comes to football, expects better results. Would I be fair in saying that?
They've had down periods before. They had down periods before they had Ben Roethlisberger. They don't fire coaches. They don't fire coaches.
Let me remind you guys something.
He's been there. They don't fire coaches.
This is the same Mike Tomlin that had the whole Facebook Live thing in the locker room with AB. Didn't end well.
That was AB. We all see AB's a problem child.
Bell didn't end well. At one point, people were saying,
and where's Le'Veon Bell now?
Room. We had Juju doing dance moves. They gave him that one extra year. They finished last year very poorly. Was an easy out in the playoffs. And they're off to their worst season in Tomlin's history. Why would I think that Tomlin has a gold shoe?
But would you say, but here's a question.
And where's Le'Veon Bell now?
Right, but would you say that Big Ben's been on the decline? But would you say that Big Ben's been on the decline?
He's on the practice squad.
Let me ask this question.
Played in a Super Bowl. AB won a Super Bowl before the Steelers.
But are we not? Have they not proven to be problem children?
Have we not proven that they made the wrong decision?
Have they not?
What would you say?
Okay. Is it fair to say though that Big Ben has been on the decline over the last 10 years, which has caused the reason for them not being
Carl?
10 years is strong. I would say the last 3.
Wait.
Who sits in the draft room with the GM, Carl?
No, see, I got a problem with this. You don't go after the coach for the play of a veteran.
No, but what he's saying though is that
The
He was
succession
just-
plan.
The decision.
right?
He was-
the
Yeah,
decision.
succession
But
plan.
that's above him.
Quarterback
That's
first.
above him. That's
Quarterback
organizational.
first.
That's organizational.
Quarterback first.
Succession plan is organizational. That's above him.
So you're gonna
You
say
just
Mike
said-
Tomlin
you
don't got
just
pull
said-
in the organization? You just
He
said
got
he got
input, but eventually it's
He
the
got
organ-
more
it's
than
the GM.
input, bro.
It's the
No,
it's
but
the
that's why-
GM and the owner who makes the picks eventually.
But this
he
is
has,
why I'm
he
saying.
has significant input, but
Listen,
ultimately,
But
The
this is what
overall
I'm saying,
point,
Ben.
Paul,
Ben
the
is
overall
done.
point he's trying to make, though, is that any team in the NFL would be lucky to get a Mike Tomlin to become
Absolutely.
available.
Guess
So
what,
he's
Carl?
not. He won't be
Change is
available.
good.
He won't be
You
available.
see it in
Yeah,
every
change.
He won't be
sport.
available.
change.
He won't
Right?
be available.
Tony La
He
Russa's
won't
a
be.
Hall of Fame
He
baseball
won't be
coach.
available.
It wasn't bad
He
for
won't
the
be
White
available.
Sox to get Tony La Russa. Only we
He
thought
won't be
that.
available. He won't be
Okay.
available.
All right.
You
Well,
just
we'll
sat
wait
here
and
and praised.
see.
You
Pittsburgh
just sat him
one
and
more
praised
season.
him in one at the beginning
I
of the
love
segment,
Mike
and then at the
Tomlin.
end you sit here and
It's
say he's
time-
going to be fired. Make it
Travis,
make sense.
It's
Pick
time
one.
for change. They will mutually part ways.
Okay.
Like
Let,
a V.
let me ask this before we move on, though. What essence? I've never seen an essence in firing a coach mid-season unless it's really, really, really.
No,
bad.
they won't give him. He'll finish the year. The NFL,
And next
Okay.
year.
Mike
Right.
McCarthy
Mike
is the last
Tomlin will be
coach
on
I've
that
seen.
sideline next year.
Mike McCarthy is the last coach I can remember seeing not finish a season. The Packers did that to him. Also, a guy that was with the organization for so long and had a Super Bowl in a decade. And what happened to him? Put him on the
Different
street.
situation. They weren't the Steelers.
They will
They
be.
weren't the Steelers.
Don't be shocked if you see a Lincoln Riley type situation going on in Pittsburgh. That's
Kasim
all.
has
Lincoln
another-
Riley not
Listen,
going nowhere.
Kasim has
He
another
coulda
hot
went-
take. He says
coulda
that
went
they're
to
trading
Dallas.
for Watson. Kasim has another hot take. They're trading for Watson. That's another hot
You know
take.
what?
No,
They
I
should.
don't think they even have the picks.
They'll find a way. They should.
All right,
See,
guys, let's
they
move
should.
on. Let's move on. So we got the 49ers versus the Cards. Everyone on the panel is going Cards. Paul, I know you probably have a Cards locked in. That's your team. You've been riding with them. So is that safe to say you're going Cards?
I am. I didn't pick them last week, but the Rams was a joke. But I'm back on I'm back on it.
All right.
Cards.
Trav?
Cards, man. I mean, everybody seems to believe that we're going to get the full Kyle Shanahan and Trey Lance experience, but I don't think you want to throw that much at the young rookie. He's played like 2 games in 5 years, but I'm going to go Cards with this one. That's easy.
Here's another quick stat. Kasim, man, he's doing a great job. I may have to get him on the show. He said Dan Quinn got fired during the season last year. So
like week 10, yeah, he is right. Dan Quinn did get the
so
gold boot.
shout out to him for
Morris.
coming up with the facts. I may have to get you on a special guest on the show.
You know what, Kasim? Pull up next week, B.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely be sending you a message for that for sure.
Come on, Kasim. Pull up right.
Yeah, we can get Paul out of here.
Mike, who you got in this game?
You know, I like Trey in what he will do in the future, but I'm not going against Kyle Murray. I'm going Cards on this. I'm going with the sweep on that.
Okay. We got the Bears versus the Raiders. Everyone's rolling with Mandy's Raiders. Trav?
Listen, I'm going to go with the pen on this. I'm going with the Raiders.
Man, y'all got no love for the homies?
Listen, he did look a little better, but I still think the Raiders are a better overall team. I think Justin Fields did look a little better last week. I mean, I still don't think he did very much, but he looked a little better. It looked a little better than that first week, but the Raiders I still think are a better overall team. Especially with the pass rush and that trash Bears O-line.
Paul, who you got in this game? Raiders, right?
That's some nerve. He just said ain't nobody got no love for the homie. He pull out
Give
a
me
Raiders.
the Bears, bro. Stop playing with me, man.
Yeah.
Give you the
Give
Bears.
me the Bears, bro.
Wow.
Stop playing.
Wow.
It looks like we're gonna have a lead
Raiders
change
know
this week.
how to lose a game, bro. The team
Do the Bears know how to win a game?
Listen, the Raiders know how to lose a football game, bro. Give me the rookie showing out in Vegas. Hit the aria when the game is over. Give me the Bears. Give me the backup running back. But more importantly, give me that defense. Khalil Mack has a big day today.
Oh, are you ready?
Is he playing?
Are you ready?
He was questionable. Is he playing?
Ready?
What's up, Mike?
Danny, come see me on Tuesday. I'm picking the Bears.
Yeah.
Ooh. Look at him.
Listen,
creating a
Paul,
little discord with his co-host.
Listen, everybody's calling lead change, I think, in the pick'ems. They're calling for a lead change for sure after your picks today. So I don't know.
Call for whatever y'all want. Guess what? I'm at the top west side. I feel like
You
Ice
didn't even
Cube.
pick
I
him.
feel like Ice Cube with his hat on.
You think
bro.
the East Coast got love for? You think the East Coast got love for the West Coast? They ain't got no love for the West Coast.
Bad boys
I know
for
love
life
for the
out
West
here,
Coast.
bro.
You didn't even pick him.
They ain't got
Yo,
no love for the
you
West
pick 'em.
Coast. They ain't got no
Thing
love
is,
for the West
I was
Coast.
gonna pick them, but then everybody else picked them.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, this was a close one. The Raiders don't know what the Bears are gonna do today. We don't know what the Bears are gonna do offensively today. But you know
They're
what
gonna do
I
the same
do
thing
know?
they did last week.
Let me tell you, they're not gonna do what they did last week. Let me tell you what I do know.
Okay.
I know that teams defensively have figured out Darren Waller, right? And it's become the Renfro show, in my opinion, right? They figured out Darren Waller. You know that you can't play him one-on-one with a linebacker. That's called smart football. Roquan Smith and those boys, Danny Trevathan is back this week. I think the Raiders will struggle to score the football. This don't need to be a shootout, brother. This is going to be one of those 16-10 games.
They did make some adjustments on the offensive line. They're moving their first round pick from right tackle to right guard. I guess they were afraid of Khalil Mack coming
Damian
to
Williams
town.
gets busy, baby.
But I still think the Raiders defense will be able to get after that Bears weak offensive line.
I don't trust the Raiders defense. I like Max Crosby.
I trust their
about
pass rush. I trust their pass rush.
I don't. Not today.
Okay, we got the Titans versus the Jags.
I just want to say one more thing. The reason I'm not just doing this for hype over the fan zone on Tuesdays, but it will have some hype.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Shout out to the fan zone. Mike out here creating a little discord in between co-hosts. He said, "I'm going against my co-host." Ooh,
I
like it.
actually think Justin Fields, in the right offensive scheme, can do some damage. And I think now that the coach hopefully realized that he didn't make any offensive plays for Justin Fields a couple of weeks ago, has now been sitting there trying to figure out what he can do for his quarterback. That's why I'm saying it's going to be a close one, but the Raiders have shown us it doesn't matter what type of lead. They're kind of like the Falcons at times. Doesn't matter what type of lead. All of a sudden, they're going into overtime. All of a sudden, they're going behind. So that's why I got to agree with Paul. And Manny, I hope I'm wrong, and you can come call me out.
They almost blew the game to Jacoby Brissett, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Manny, you got 1 minute. Where he at? He just left.
Gone already. Just like David Carr.
He just wanted to show
I was
his
about to
face.
give him a minute. I was
It was
about to
like
give him
Derek
1
Carr,
minute.
and he left.
Just like Derek Carr.
I was about to give him a minute. Maybe he'll come back. Hopefully he comes back. I think he'll come back. But Titans versus Jags. Everyone's got the Titans. Is it fair? We're going Titans here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Give me the Jags.
Give me the Jags.
Seriously?
I got Lawrence.
what?
I got Lawrence having a breakout game.
Paul?
You think a little disruption in the locker room is going to bring them together?
Wait a second.
Look
Look at what. Hold
little
on a
Urban
second.
Meyer night out on the town is going
Hold
to
on.
unify them.
Look what Zach Wilson did in the second half to the Titans secondary.
Hold on 1 second,
You don't
Mike.
think-
Paul, who you got?
You don't think Lawrence can do that?
I always told y'all, shout out to Ray Nall. I said I ain't never picking the Jazz again, but I lied. Give me the Jaguars.
Let's go, Paul.
Lead
Come
change.
on, man.
I feel like
Give
I'm going
me
for the
the
number 1 spot
Jags.
this week, Carl. I feel like I'm going to be number 1 at the end of the week, Carl.
No.
I feel it.
As Carl
feel it.
always says, if you write it down, it's final. I wrote down the Jags.
Woo!
Okay, Manny, you got 1 minute.
Hey, yo, first off, don't be coming over here disrespecting, rocking my team's gear, and all of a sudden you going with the Bears because everybody chose the Raiders. Come on, Paul. Come on, man. How you gonna do me like that?
I'm a leader,
It's
not a
raining right
follower,
now.
baby.
It's
You know what I'm
raining
saying?
right now. Do you understand? I've been training today because I'm pumped up to see my team smoke the Bears. And Mike, I'll see you on Tuesday. Send
Hey,
that
you
address.
pumped
What
up
does
to see the
wait,
game.
what
Smoke
does
the
the
Red
rain
Sox,
have to
too.
do with it? What does the
I'll be
rain have
waiting.
to do with that?
Travis, because it's gonna be it's gonna be raining touchdowns on your bum ass team.
Oh,
No, Panthers is trash, B.
Oh.
I'm here for the smoke today. It's
Oh.
Sunday.
I see that.
I'm
I see that. You came in hot.
in.
Oh,
What's
so
up?
he
came in
wasn't
hot.
just training, he was training. Got it. Whoa.
You came
Listen,
in
do a
hot.
couple more push-ups.
Even though I
What's
picked
up?
your sorry team, but you came in
My
hot.
sorry
It's all right.
team? You
Wait,
lucky
y'all
we
play
don't
each other in
each other
fantasy
this
football
year.
this week?
Oh, I destroyed him.
No.
He's not. He's 0-4. He's trash.
Yeah, it's been
That's
a rough
football
start.
guy.
It's been a rough
Guy
start.
can't even buy a win. Come on, let's
been
be
a rough-
real.
Manny, your minute is up, bro. We'll see you on the
I
fan zone on
appreciate
Tuesday.
it, Paul.
No
I'm-
doubt.
I'm
I
What
always got
dungeon
you.
warehouse is Manny even in, bro? Like,
Let's go,
I don't
bro.
know. He look like he's in like
It's the
a.
dungeon, B. It's the
He's
dungeon.
in the dungeon.
That's where I'm at.
He's in
Training.
Stu dungeon. He's in Stu Hart's
Let's
dungeon
go.
training, man. I don't know
Let's
what's going
go,
on.
baby. I got the bear coming over here too with the platanos. What's up? Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Yo, be safe, man. All right.
So why is Manny going to visit like Jason and Freddy Krueger right now?
No idea.
Like he's going to the basement.
Here's a toss-up game, right? Browns versus Chargers. Rick's got the Chargers.
Toss
Ray's
up
got
for
the
who?
Browns. I'm gonna tell you the panel. Listen, Rick's got the Chargers. Ray's got the Browns. Greg went to Chargers. Chuck went Browns. Peter Chargers. Manny Browns.
y'all want me to go first?
Trav.
I'll go. Oh, okay.
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one right here.
This is
Yeah.
a tough one. I mean, we have two opposing styles. I mean, you got the Browns who are heavily leaned against the run, and you got the Chargers who are a more balanced football team, but I would say lean towards more of the aerial attack. You got two young quarterbacks. I mean, Justin Herbert is looking great out there, but I think the turning point on this one will be that Browns defense. The matchup to see will be Myles Garrett against the Chargers first round pick Slater at left tackle. I think that will be the matchup to watch of this game. I'm going to go Browns on this one, man. I think they find a way to play keep away with that run game and play good defense.
Mike.
Give me those lightning bolts all day, brother. Herbert, he looks good. He looks good. Somebody put some respect on that man's name. He is going to make that Browns defense look like Swiss cheese in that secondary today. Give me the lightning bolts.
Paul.
Y'all know who I'm riding with. The only team I respect in LA is the Chargers. You understand? I get that they might be out there. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, here's what you got to know. The one thing about the LA Chargers is they control the tempo of the football game. When you walk into SoFi Stadium, you need to understand that Justin Herbert is in full control of what happens. The Browns will not be able to hold them down, and they will not be able to score enough points. They are not healthy. Without Landry, they're not that good offensively, in my opinion. He's the guy who makes the offense go. Oh, look at that cute baby. He's the guy that makes the offense go.
Listen, everybody bringing kids onto the show now, man. I ain't got no.
Me either. Don't worry. I'm with you. I'm with you, Trav. Don't worry. We all good,
Let me
man.
get one of those Peppa Pig toys for you again. Don't make me do it to you. Chargers.
So wait, Paul, man, I normally don't have a problem with what people say, but I can't allow you to disrespect. You said the only team you respect in LA are the Chargers. What about the Rams? I mean, how are you going to disrespect the Rams and say that? That's not fair.
I'm not disrespecting the Rams. It's
You
not
did. You literally said the only team you respect are the Chargers. That's not like
He's
that's not
mad. He's mad because they
that's not
let him
disrespect
down
to the
last
Rams?
week. He's mad because they let him down
disrespect.
last week.
It's just I put my money on the Rams last week and they ain't show up.
So it's personal. That's why.
Right. That's what it is.
I mean, if I've been with food off my plate, now I'm up.
I mean, I'm not ready to completely confirm it, but I wouldn't throw out the window in LA Super Bowl in LA. I'm not opposed to it. It's possible.
Put Michael on mute.
It's possible.
So before we get to what I believe is the main event for this week, we're gonna go to Monday Night Football.
Kyle Pitts had a strong game today.
We have the Colts versus the Ravens. Everyone on the panel is going Ravens. Trav and Paul, it's safe to say Ravens here.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens on that one, man. They're playing better football.
Paul,
here you go. Here
you go again.
Here you go.
Oh my God.
Do it.
We'll go Ravens.
Okay. Mike?
Get a sweep. I got Ravens.
Okay. This is what I deem to be the game of the week. You could agree or disagree, but I don't care. I'm going game of the week. Bills versus Chiefs. Rick's going Chiefs. Declan and Greg everyone went Chiefs except for Manny, who picked the Bills. Mike.
Declan didn't pick the Bills?
No, he didn't.
Because he's a fucking fraud. Excuse my French, little baby.
Come on, we got kids, man.
You cursing in front of the kids.
Man. We got kids, bro.
Come on.
We got kids on the show.
Jesus. We got kids
Declan
here.
Krogman, if you are waiting, watching, and listening, you are a damn fraud. But here's what I'm gonna do for you, Deck.
Look. She's looking like, what is he talking about, Daddy? He's talking
I'm
some
taking the Bills
language.
tonight. I'm taking the Bills in KC. Let me tell you why. I know what the Bills do. They can defend now. All their draft picks are guys that go. They put their plan in motion to beat the Chiefs. That's why their first 3 picks were defensive linemen. They get Starlo Tulele from Hawaii back in the front. They will literally control the line of scrimmage. You know what else they can do? They can score. You know what the Chiefs can do? Is defend. This isn't a knock on Mahomes and that offense. They're going to score 30 points. It won't be enough. So, as a real man, which Krogman ain't, I'll go with Josh Allen tonight. I will go with the Buffalo Bills, man. Give me 17. That's what I'm going to say.
Mike?
Who we going with, Gigi? We going with the Bills? We're going with the Bills. I think the Bills offense with Josh Allen has done some stellar things. That defense, too, knows how to put pressure on you. I think they put pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes has not looked great in the last couple of weeks. I'm not sold yet that KC is going to be able to return back to the Super Bowl. I haven't seen enough yet. I think they have the offensive weapons. They're just not clicking. So I'm going with the Bills on this one. The Bills are the team out of the AFC right now that I think have the best chance of making noise in the playoffs, and my sleeper pick to make it into the Super Bowl.
Trav.
Well, let's make it a panel sweep here. The Bills they have 2 shutouts on the year. I mean, some people will question yes, it's against the Texans and the Dolphins, but you know what that does?
Don't matter. Just other teams.
No, if you would let me finish over there, okay? It may be.
Yo, time out. We got Declan's mom answering, and I quote, she said, Paul Lawson, see you next Tuesday.
See you done did.
In the words of the WWE.
You attacked her baby. Now, guess what?
Hang on. Let me get this out. Does Declan's mom know that I beat her husband in the playoffs in fantasy baseball?
I don't know.
The whole family, bro.
I love it.
Yeah,
Can't make this up.
The Krogman family gonna be knocking on your door, bro.
We can't make this up, bro. We got the family. La Familia's in the building. Shout out to the Krogman
Game
family,
of Thrones
man.
type situation.
Shout out to the family.
You get it, B.
Shout out to the
Lawson's
family.
versus
I appreciate the family pulling up and watching our content. Definitely appreciate the Krogman family. This is great. I did not expect that, but she did say that. She said, "See you next Tuesday." That's what she said. That's what Mom said.
But back to these Bills, man. When you get 2 shutouts against no matter who the opponent is, that builds confidence. That right there, you take that confidence into KC right there against an offense who we know has scored a lot of points, but they have turned the ball over a lot.
Don't you think that hurts their confidence, though, Trav? Like being a realist, we know that those 2 shutouts came against sub-level talent. Jacoby Myers, David Mills. No. You're not shutting Mahomes out.
Right? No. I'm expecting to shut them out, but I think that gives the defense confidence. Like, hey, we're a good defense. It's still the NFL. I mean, yes, they are not very good teams, but it's still the NFL. You know how many teams get 2 shutouts in a year? That's not norm.
How many teams play against Jacoby Myers and Davis Mills?
Listen,
Bills.
But yes, and you have that offense to match that can go blow for blow with the Chiefs.
You know why the Bills going to win this game? Because they started running the football. They give Zach Moss the ball.
Zach Moss coming back was a big lift.
They give Singletary. We always knew Singletary wasn't an RB1. Now he's the spell back, the pass catcher. Zach Moss, you went and drafted him early because he's a bruiser. That's why you went. That's why they're so balanced. And we know on the outside who could really line up with their 4 receivers, bro. Like when you got Diggs can play all 3, X, Z, and he's in the slot, right? You got Beasley, we know is all pro in the slot. He's the glue guy, right? And then you add in Sanders, and you still got Gabe Davis who could do everything, bro. Like, it's hard. And now Dawson Knox is a real tight end. Like, they literally are a well-coached, weaponized offense, bro.
The Bills got a balanced breakfast, man.
Bro.
All right, guys. Any fantasy tips before we let the people go?
Yo,
I'm on 4. I ain't got nothing for you.
Travis don't got no fantasy tips. All right,
damn, bro.
I'm on 4.
Why
I got
you
nothing.
Playing? Like, why do I have you on here?
Like you need to trade your whole team.
Because that's
right?
fantasy, and we talk real football here. That's
Week 5 in fantasy football. I call this the week of realism. Stop taking chances. You done subbed some bums in your lineup these last few weeks, and that was the reason why you lost by 3 points. Go with what you know. It's week 5. That means it's 5 weeks of actual game tape that you've seen and guys being used. No, trust the process. For example, stop playing with Tim Patrick. Play him. He will get you 12 to 15 today in your flex. Don't play around with him. Damian Williams is a real RB1. We've seen him in Kansas City. Play him. Dalton Schultz is a real option that's not even claimed on the waiver wires at tight end. Sign him and play him. Today is your day. Trust the process, and you won't be like Travis. You won't be 1-5.
I'm gonna go small. Yeah, I'm gonna go small football, and it's the minor points that sometimes help you win a week. The defense, especially. If you think that the Buffalo Bills defense is going to put up strong numbers against Kansas City, do not go for that. They might have done great things last week. They won't do it this week. Look at another defense. Keep the Bills defense on the bench, and pick up someone else just for 1 week. But the Bills will hurt you, and they'll go backwards, not forwards. Even though the Bills will still beat Kansas City in a close game.
All right. This was definitely fun. Mike, thanks for pulling up.
I got one other tip for you before you sign us off here, buddy.
Go ahead, sir.
Tom Brady has lost 12 times to the Miami Dolphins. And I know it's a different climate out there. He's in Tampa now. But here's what you need to know. There has never been, outside of Eli Manning, a bigger nemesis to Tom Brady like the Miami Dolphins. They can still play defense. Be careful with all those Buccaneers you want to go out there and put in your fantasy lineup this week. There's only one man I trust, and that's Leonard Fournette. I don't trust another guy on that offense this week in fantasy football. Not a Godwin, not a Evans, not a Brown. All right.
Thank God, because I have him on my team. So hopefully Fournette does do well.
Just an early updated. Clearly, you guys are 1-1 so far because the Jets obviously lost.
Now
and the Rams
standings out there.
Listen, just real quick.
Now I'm in second place. Now Rick's in the league because he picked the Falcons.
Yeah, that's just throwing that out there. Mike,
who did he go? Who did he go with Thursday? Do we know off the top of our head?
He went with the Seahawks. He lost that one.
So he 1-1 too.
Yeah, he's 1-1 too. Yeah. Mike, thank you for coming in last minute. Definitely appreciate you coming up to the Sunday show. I hope you had some fun. This is how they do it every week. It's really entertaining when we get Travis and Paul going at it back and forth. Please make sure you tune in tomorrow. Smoke and Mirrors will go live at 7:00. They'll be talking about some MLB playoff baseball. I know they'll be recapping the Sunday NFL. Tuesday, we got the Fan Zone with Mike and Manny. Please make sure with Eminem. Please make sure you check that out. Wednesday, I'll have my regular show. As much as I do love football, but you guys know where my heart is. We got some preseason action. Kyrie is still, we still got the NBA is glooming. 9 days till the season kicks off. I have to mention that we do care about it.
The NBA is a little bit too lenient, right? Like,
don't nobody care.
You need to be vaccinated, but you don't. Then they made up a fake building that said he could practice there.
Yeah.
Wait, they did?
They did, yeah, they did.
I seen Kyrie Irving playing at the Brooklyn Promenade at practice.
Yeah,
those kids are lucky, man.
Wait,
before I let you guys go, did you guys catch that fight last night? Everyone's talking about it was one of the best fights.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, Paul. Real quick thoughts before we got 2 minutes. What were your thoughts on the fight?
I mean, I never thought Wilder was in the class of Fury from a boxing perspective. We talked about what I will do. I'm not even gonna go long on this. I thank both of those fighters for revitalizing the heavyweight division. which was the worst division in boxing since I was a kid, right? Since the Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Tyson era, right?
Right.
They actually put eyes back on that class. And now everybody can't wait to see this Fury and the guy who beat up Joshua by surprise. So for that, I mean, thankful. But I mean, the Gypsy King, that's a big dude, bro. That's a big dude. Even those 2 knockdowns like it didn't phase him, bro. Like he got up and he went to work like a champion supposed to.
I gotta give credit to, obviously there is only one Tyson Fury, but I do have to give credit to Deontay Wilder because he revamped his career. Yes, he got the loss, but he showed he can become an elite boxer. He's a brawler. That's why he's the Bronze Bomber. But he showed by going toe-to-toe. He had a 280-pound plus man weighing down on his back and his neck for 10 rounds. You have to understand, besides taking those punches, that wore on his body. You could see that his legs were like spaghetti, but he still came back with some punches, with some counters, and he showed he still can be elite. Don't count out Wilder in his career. I think he comes back strong. I don't think we see a Fury Wilder again.
But you know what, Mike? I was going to go there. The fight was so good, right? Why not?
Well, we're going to do a 4th. What is this, Rocky?
Why not?
We're going 5?
It's such a good fight.
Trav, wrap it up. We got Trav. It's 1 o'clock. Wrap it up, bro. Make it quick.
Listen, like Wilder, he wasn't the only one that took a nap. I fell asleep and then woke up at the end trying to get it online, and the next thing I know, he got knocked out. So I missed the whole damn fight.
You're showing your age right now, bro. You're showing your age, brother.
Chat, bro. Extra squad. I had links, B.
Oh man,
I had him. I just by the time I woke up, got the computer up and running, he got knocked out. I was like, damn.
That must have been a nice nap because that fight didn't go about an hour.
I fell asleep during the Bama game. That's why.
All right, guys, you enjoy the Sunday games. I'll be keeping track. Paul, you have a lot of hot takes, man, and you'll be on the watch as always. So
can't wait to throw this hat in the garbage.
You guys take care, and we'll have Declan's mom versus Paul on the show.
They don't want no smoke.
No, it's Game of Thrones in the sports hit list.
Listen, if mom wants to pull up, I'm with it.
Man. The whole family could pull up. I'm gonna be right here every Sunday. Y'all know where to find me. Matter of fact,
I love y'all, man. I love. Huh?
I'll pull up to this show if I got to, bro.
You guys take care. Special love to all your families, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Be well.